Okay, one sec. Let me get things up. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, we maybe need to take that down.
What's that?
I think we have a 2-minute video of you being live.
Yeah, that's all right. We can take that down later.
We'll take that down.
Yeah,
Okay, we are live right now,
I think so.
right?
I think so.
Yes, that's us. Okay, yeah, I'm watching us in delay and it's really
Perfect.
creepy. Okay, pause, pause, pause. I don't like it. It's really creepy. Alrighty.
Okay. So,
I'm sending out texts, but they're through Facebook.
yeah.
So,
Oh, I texted Papa Paul. He missed this
oh,
last
did
week.
you? Okay.
So,
Okay.
and we have
Well,
one
I'll
person
text the.
watching. That's probably you.
It's probably me,
And
yeah.
so, we will be quiet for a moment and do our intro.
Okay, wait,
One,
hold up, hold up, hold
oh,
up, hold up. I've
one,
lost you. Okay, we're back. We're
one,
back.
one. We're gonna start the intro music. One, two, three. Welcome to Take It Down a Notch with Rob.
And Lindsay Loke.
There we go. Well,
Finally, we've made it.
we
What a
started the.
long morning.
We were supposed to start this at 6:30, and
It's now
I
10
didn't.
o'clock.
I didn't wake up on time, and then it took forever to get close. But we're
All
online.
the technical issues.
We have.
We are online.
We're gonna have to shorten this a little bit, maybe, but
Yeah,
we are here. We are
we
alive,
are here.
and well, it's good to see you. It's good to be able to now talk and not be pulling on
Yeah,
my beard
we
hair
can
and head
both hear
hair.
each other.
Yeah, and see each other. And what
How
more do
crazy
we
is
want?
that?
What more could we
Exactly.
want?
To be
So
in the same country?
yeah, that would be okay.
It's going to be interesting to like go back to doing this in person.
No, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go sit in the garage.
In the garage. Wow. I think you can go sit in the garage. I'll
You
go
could
sit in the warm office.
go sit in the
The garage is your
garage.
space.
Oh, okay. Oh, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm feeling a little sick. Surprise, surprise. I feel like it's every week that I'm like, yeah, I'm a little sick.
A little sick. Damn
But
it,
yeah, no, today's
Christmas.
it's been a little bit worse. Kind of comes and goes, but pretty good. Hugo had his birthday yesterday, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, no, and we went to Bordeaux over the weekend, and that was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
What is
Yeah,
what do you think of Bordeaux?
it was not what I was expecting. I had no idea what Bordeaux was until I started researching it. Um, I kind of knew that it was a big city, but it never really like fully went through my head that it was like a big city until I got there, and I was like, "Wow, okay, like this is it." Because I really just kind of thought it was more of like a region or an area with just like a ton of vineyards, and that was Bordeaux. Um, no, it's like a gymongous city that's crazy. Um, Super fun though. But we had a Airbnb kind of in like the center of the city,
Wow.
which was really cool, really crazy. Um, but there was like tons of bars and like restaurants and like little shops right outside the apartment. But as soon as you would enter our apartment building, it was made out of like thick stone, like really cool building. So you'd walk in and there's this little courtyard, and as soon as you'd go into that like courtyard, basically like silence.
Hmm.
And then you'd go into the apartment, you wouldn't hear anything. No street noise, no people. And there's literally like there's a bar, and then it's almost like in the courtyard, like almost like it's using some of the space that would be part of the apartment almost.
Hmm.
So it's really cool, like how insulated it
Oh
is. I
wow.
don't know, or it was like magical to like super busy street, lots of noise than to just go in and it just be so peaceful. Um, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. We kind of went big, for at least for Hugo and I. We went kind of big. We got a really nice Airbnb. It had a swing in it, which was super
Swing.
fun. Yeah, like a rope swing,
Wow.
like rope. Yeah, and because it was like this like loft. There was a loft, and then there was so there's like two. There's the loft, and then there's like the main area. Really small little apartment, but there was like these big rafters, and so they had like really thick rope on these rafters, and hanging down from it was a swing. Oh, hey, Paul's here. Good morning,
Yeah.
Papa Paul,
Yeah.
and Patty if you're there too, and Honey. So, anyways, we went out for coffee a lot. We found lots of cute cafes. We found one that was really cool. It was called Cafe Yuru or something like that.
Yeah.
And the owner was actually or is actually from Ireland.
Oh.
And everybody, like all the staff, was speaking English. Which the first time we went in and sat down, the owner came and like talked to me, and I think that she talked to me in English because she heard us speaking English, and I
Oh.
think she seemed more comfortable with English than French because I didn't really see her talking to any customers or anything.
Okay.
Um, so she came up to us and she just started speaking English. She's like, I need to move the table. Like, there's a group here. Can I move you guys aside so we can have another table? And like all this and that. And I just looked at her like kind of stunned, and I was like, huh? And then she like kind of like fumbled too and like started speaking in French. I was just so surprised that she just like came up to me and like started speaking in English. It's just I'm so not used to that. And I remember that like the last few times I've gone to France and then come back, like ordering in English and like just speaking casually in English or hearing English around you
Mm-hmm.
100% of the time is so weird. It's probably the weirdest transition with going back and forth
Hmm.
is like just being surrounded by English again. You don't realize the little difference that makes. And so I was just like, huh? It was really embarrassing, but great coffee. And then we went back the next day for brunch, great brunch. And one of their people there, because we were really intrigued, we are like, where is everybody from? Like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so Hugo, while he paid the first time, he asked the person there, and he was actually from Vancouver, Canada. Um, and so he like told him that that I was from Seattle, and then he served us when we went back for brunch, and so we talked for a little bit. And Canada has a 2-year work visa
Mm.
that he can come over from Canada to France for 2 years. So that's what he's doing right now. But yeah, so that was cool. We went to another cafe, and then we went out for galettes and crepes,
Mm.
which is like a Britannia thing. So Hugo felt
Ah.
a little silly for doing that, but I was like, it's France. Crepes and galettes, they're French, and
Yeah.
we didn't really know what else we wanted, but that sounded really good. So I was like, no, it's good, but that's more of the Britannia area. So he's like, that's not
Right.
really right. But it was an adorable, really cute place, really cozy, and had really great galettes. So we
Mm.
enjoyed that. We went for a wine tasting
So a
at like an
galette,
actual,
a galette is a savory crepe,
basically, yeah. And it's made
right?
with a different flour.
Okay.
I always forget what kind of flour it is, but
Okay.
it's like a brown,
Okay.
galettes are brown.
Okay.
Um, I think it's buckwheat is what the flour it is. I
Interesting.
think. Yeah, they're
Hmm.
really good though. But yeah, so they
Cool.
would be what we call like a savory crepe, but
Nice.
they're made differently.
That's different. It's a
Yeah, I didn't
different.
realize there was a difference until, and it messes me up sometimes. I'm like there was one time where Fabian, Hugo's mom, was like, "Okay, we're gonna have crepes for dinner tonight," and I didn't know. I forgot that in their family they'll just have crepes. I thought that meant that we were like making galettes and crepes, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Do you want me to go out? I like used the last bit of ham. Do you want me to go out and like get more ham today?" And she's like, "What do you mean? We don't need ham." And I was like, okay. So I'm confused until I got to dinner and all that was out was like the dessert stuff for
Yeah.
crepes. Sometimes they'll just have crepes, just like how we do like breakfast for dinner
Yeah.
sometimes. They do like the same thing. But yeah, so
Sounds wonderful.
anyways. Yeah, no, it really is. So
And you went
yeah.
to a winery.
Winery, yeah. So we went
Winery?
to a winery. It was at a place that had like a big castle. Not
Mm.
a big castle, but like a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that and then we a ton of tons of vineyards and stuff. And so we got like a mini tour
Mm-hmm.
of like the grounds and everything. And then they showed us kind of where they make wine and like where they store it.
Mm-hmm.
They um, store it in like these big clay jars,
Yeah, I
which
saw that in
um,
the pictures because we don't do that here, I don't think.
yeah, no. So and it's not like a every time. It's not like a super common thing. And Hugo knows more about it because it was all in French, and I was doing my best, but it was new vocabulary. So I felt like I understood a good amount, but I wouldn't like you know but the main thing is that this changed the taste, so or the dryness of it, so you could really feel it when you tasted the wine, because we had one wine that was
Mm-hmm.
stored and made like that, and it was really different. It was just like incredibly dry, and you could really taste it. So that was interesting. And then there was also something about them using like the manure from cows and stuff like that in their soil.
Okay.
And that was really confusing to
Good.
both
Good
of
to
us.
clarify. They're using the manure in the soil,
In the
not in the wine.
soil. No, not in
No
the
manure in
wine.
the wine.
No, no. But yeah, no, I it was that was interesting, but it was confusing a little bit for both Hugo and I. So
Did you catch how old the winery was?
so the winery, like the company that's there now, has actually only been there for 10 years.
Right.
I'm not sure how old the vineyards actually are.
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking that they're older,
Yeah.
and that maybe they were able to preserve it a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. But it was interesting because the person we had was training,
Mm-hmm.
which we really liked because she was a little bit closer to our age, so she didn't seem like like, oh, I know everything kind of
Wasn't
thing.
this stuffy?
And then there was somebody, yeah, it wasn't stuffy at all. She's super sweet. And it was kind of cool to see her like in the learning process. And then there was somebody there um, who would occasionally like butt in, or like she would ask for help. I'd be like, oh wait, can you check this fact? So that was just kind of cool to see. And then we had like a really nice charcuterie, and then we tried I think 4 or 5 different wines,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of them was really interesting. So it's a red wine, but it kind of almost looks like a rosé, but it's not a rosé.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a clairant, I think, or clair. And it was really good wine. And it's basically a red that you drink cold, is how they explained it. Like,
Oh.
kind of like it could be like a dessert wine,
Okay.
or pizza was the other thing that they said, I think,
Oh.
which I thought was interesting. I was like, that's really specific. I was like, pizza or dessert, like, okay, I could do that. But we just thought it was so
Both
different and so
both a, both a
interesting,
go-to for me.
right? Yeah.
Good.
But we just thought it was so like kind of unique and fun, if we hadn't really tried wines like that before. So we got 2 of those actually. So there may be some left when you come. We'll see. And then we got one that's a Merlot. And the funny thing is it was after we had tried other things, and we're like, we kind of like to try this one, because the wine that they had was so almost tart and then
Mm-hmm.
really dry. It was really an interesting palate. Like,
So so
it
the
was really
so
different.
the clay pots or vats or whatever
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
dries the wine out.
Really. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Interesting.
interesting. And so we wanted to try the Merlot because I was like, this I think would make a really good Merlot.
Mm-hmm.
And so she opened up the Merlot, but she accidentally opened up a 2020 year instead of like a 2021 or
Mm-hmm.
2022. Um, I think it would have been a 2021 was what she was supposed to open, and 2020 was like apparently their best year.
No.
So we got to try like one of their best years. So she didn't get like in trouble, but they were like a little like, wait a second. Like
Wait
after
a
she's like,
minute.
this is a 2020. Um, so anyways, it was really good. It was a fun experience. We went out for wine once.
Mm-hmm.
That was okay. We just went up to a bar and had a glass.
Right.
And because we're like, it's Bordeaux, we have to go out for wine. Um, and then, oh, we went to the Museum of Wine. So it's called the Cité du Vin, so the City of Wine. And it's this museum that's all about wine from all over the world, actually, not just Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, we went to like the top of the museum, and you got like one glass of wine, and then you could kind of wander the top. And it's like really high up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a 3D view. Like you can walk around the whole thing, and half of it you can walk around outside. So you get
Mm.
like a one, you know, a 360 view of Bordeaux, which was really cool. And the museum is shaped supposedly like a drip of wine. Like if you were to pour wine from a bottle, that's
Ah.
what it would be shaped like. So it's this really interesting shape of a building. Um, the museum itself, I had really high expectations for, just because everybody raved about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, you went in and you got like headphones, and you put on these headphones, and then you
Mm-hmm.
just went around the museum and you like put your phone up against the sensor, and then it would like read it to you.
Oh.
But because of all the translations, it was just so monotone.
Hmm.
And so it was just all these people, and it was really kind of creepy because it was so quiet. Like you didn't feel like you could talk because it
Right.
was so quiet.
Because
And
everybody's
so
got
everybody
headphones
just has
on.
headphones on, and they're kind of wandering around and then just standing and staring at the wall because it's not reading anything. It's like these little areas.
Right.
And then you also couldn't like kind of skip around to like what you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
because you weren't sure exactly what they were covering, and it was just super monotone and super slow. And so I was like immediately disappointed and kind of like, I'm gonna fall asleep, like this is like, because I was like, this could be really interesting, this could be really great, I'd love to know. And also I think that we started at the wrong time. Like we started with an area that was just like going from like a city, like from different countries.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like this person who had a vineyard just talking about their wine for like anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes. And I was just standing there like, there's words coming out of their mouth and going into my head, but they're just going straight through. Because it's just that, standing and like listening to somebody talk, and like there's nothing really to do, and there's lots going on around you. And like, I'm just like, this is not how I learn. I was like, this is not interesting to me at all. And so I got like immediately burnt out after doing that for a while. And so the part that I think would have been really interesting, we had to kind of speed through because it was the last thing we did before leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and we thought that, okay, like we'll be like 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours should be plenty. Like this should be good enough. We
Yeah.
were there for like 3 to 4 hours, and we didn't even do the full thing. And it
Wow.
was only one floor, like, but there was so much to do. But there was a lot of like, there was one exhibit where you sat down, and it was just, and it was called like the dinner table, like, and it was this dinner table where you were sitting, and it was just like this art, and it was just like a immersive experience of sound and art and things just going on the walls and light and all this. And then like occasionally it would say words that kind of go along with wine, like, and but we were sitting there for like almost 10 minutes before, or like I think 7 minutes or something like that, before I was like, okay, Hugo, I thought this was gonna be interesting, let's go. Because I thought it was gonna be like like this is the glass that you use for this wine, and this is what you serve with this, and like I thought
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what it was going to be. But no, it was just like a room where you just kind of sat there, and so it's just like it could have been really good, but there was a few misses, and I had such high expectations, I think too.
Right.
Um, and even Hugo at the end got kind of burnt out. He's like, I'm not used to a museum that's this long. And I'm like, I am. I'm just not used to like having on these uncomfortable headphones and having the same man like monotonely speak into my head. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, so it was a little bit of a disappointment, but the wine at the end and like being able to walk around the top and like the fresh air kind of made it
Nice.
better, made it worth it. So
Well,
it was
and
interesting.
Bordeaux looked like an interesting place. Like a river runs through it. Look like, is that right?
Yeah, like
And then
kind of through
then
it, but
like
kind of on the side.
big things like an arc, almost like an Arc de Triomphe type of thing. And no, where's that mixing up my pictures? It was like a big
What do you?
arch and pictures I saw.
Oh, Yeah, no, there's a big arch. Not sure why. I didn't even look into it. There's also this big, like a giant bell. There's also like a big cathedral
Yeah.
that we were around because there was markets in the morning that we would go to.
It looked gorgeous.
There's also this thing called like the Mere d'Eau, which is like the mirror of water
Mm.
that we went to, but there was no water at the time. So,
No.
because they have these like little fountains that
Mm.
go on the ground and it like projects, or not projects, but there's a reflection of
Mm.
this giant building that I think is like a castle or something.
Okay.
Um, but there's no water. Um, there's like a big fountain and like a lot of big statues. Like it's a really big
Yeah.
space and there's so much to see.
It's not like
And there's a
Woodinville.
giant park. No, no, it's like Seattle. I think it's bigger than Seattle.
Hmm.
Um, it was a lot and it was a lot to walk around. It was really busy. It was like not like, oh wow, walking around this is like it's not too big to walk around,
Right.
but it was. Oh hi mom, we're live by the way. Say hi to Papa Paul.
She was watching. She's
Bye. Oh, is she watching too? Oh yeah, she is
yeah.
watching.
But she was
Hi
one of our
mom.
and Patty is watching, but she can't tap. So
Oh, good morning, Patty.
so
Um, yeah, I need to pay attention to the comments over here. Anyways, that's Bordeaux. It was crazy. We just kind of went in with like we had no idea. It's
that's cool.
big. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was super cool. It was a great weekend. We were
So
really
it,
busy with
so
lots to
had
do.
Hugo been there before?
No, he hadn't. No.
Mm. How cool.
So, and we drove there, and it was a really pretty drive there. And we just drove through like vineyards and farms
How
and little towns, and
how long did
super
it
cool.
take to drive there?
It took 5.5 hours.
Oh wow. So it's a
Um,
good
yeah,
good drive. Okay.
it was a good drive. I thought it was going to take 3 hours, but that's because of the toll lanes. And here in France, sorry, here in France, toll lanes take, so they'll like be toll highways. So
Mhm.
instead of us having like toll lanes, there's whole highways that you cannot go on unless you pay for them.
Mhm.
And so with those, it would have taken like 3.5 hours.
Hmm.
Um, so, but it would have cost, I don't remember how much Hugo said, but it was not, it wasn't worth it to us,
Right.
um, to do that. Plus the gas would have just been really expensive. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was only 4.5 hours back. But we
Oh,
drove in
okay.
the dark most of the way, and it was like these sketchy little roads. I took us on like a totally different route.
Hmm.
It was a little sketchy, but it was okay.
Wow.
So yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Well, good.
So
Well, yeah, it was fun seeing the pictures while I was at Girl Scout retreat.
yeah, how
So
was the Girl Scout retreat?
it was good. It was good. The food pretty much um, went as planned. Didn't have any real problems. So
Oh, Papa Paul just said that he ordered a France roadmap so that he can keep up with Hugo and I on our travels. That's pretty cool.
I
I don't.
wanted I wanted to put in on the description for last week the name of the town you went to, but there's no way I could even. I tried to find it on the map and I couldn't find it.
Oh, right.
So
Um, I'd have to look. I think it was Saint Manilow or something like that.
yeah. Anyway,
Here, just for here, you keep going, and I'll double
I
check, and
keep
I'll let
going.
Papa know so he can. You keep
So
going.
we went. We had all the stuff. The nachos went over really well. Everybody liked the
Yeah.
nachos in the little individual trays, and the soup was good, except for it was still try to kill Phoenix soup. So
Oh
I,
no!
it had green beans in
What'd
it.
you forget?
Green beans are a bean.
Oh, that is a
So
bean.
yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
thinking legumes. Not. I guess it is. So it's not. Anyway, so she couldn't have the soup. I felt bad, but
Mm.
uh, but
Well,
the
and you went through all that effort.
the
I'm sure
green.
she appreciated it.
Well, the soup was really good. The soup turned out good,
Oh yeah.
and it was really easy. It's really
Good.
easy to do, and the yeah, it went well. We played a new game that was this. It was like
Yeah.
spoons. The theme this year's dinosaurs. So it was.
Oh,
So we had a
really?
dinosaur game, and the dinosaur game
Wait,
had bones. You put in the middle.
somebody has to get that like inflatable dinosaur costume
I
for
have it.
pickup.
I have it in my cart. I'm gonna order it for CJ. CJ's
Okay,
gonna wear the
good.
dinosaur.
Good. Okay. Not to interrupt you, Dad, but here I'm gonna say the few cities that we went to. So last weekend we went to Saint Malo, so Malo, Malo, and that's like on the sea area. And then we stayed at Saint Lunaire, so it's
Ah, that's what
like
I was.
Lunaire, Lunaire. And that's where we had our retreat. And then we went to Bordeaux this last weekend. And the only cities that we went, like that I can remember that we went through, oh, what's it called? Oh, it's like Rochelle or something like that.
So I think on the
I don't
map,
remember.
I think on the map from Nantes,
Let's see.
you go up and to the left. So northwest
Yeah, you
of
should
your.
know because apparently on your computer screen you have our Find Mice, and the
Yeah.
only people you have on Find Mice is me and Hugo.
No, it's yeah. The
Oh, it's La Rochelle. That's what it is.
well,
It's
I
so
have
it's Rochelle is Rochelle. La Rochelle
the
is
only
like how we
I
got to
also have
Bordeaux.
also have Grandma Grace is on
Oh,
the
okay.
Find My. It
There
might
you
not
go.
have been on the screen when I took the picture of the screen, but
Probably not.
yeah, I'm totally stalking both of you.
Yep.
Totally stalking
No,
both
I
of you.
I don't mind it.
I was surprised when Hugo shared his location with me. I'm like,
I
oh, isn't that nice? I'm not
that
sure he understood he was doing
I'm not
that,
sure
but
if he knew what was doing. I think he did though. I think he figured it out, but I don't know if at first he did.
yeah.
But I think it's
I
because
thought when he
he
said
shared his location with
are
me.
stalking me much or something. I thought he was talking about because he had a picture of you two on my screen.
Yeah, because it was our proposal
It was a proposal.
anniversary or something.
Well, on the
Yeah.
Mac, you can do all these widgets on the screen, and I have two different
Yeah.
photo widgets that switch photos.
I didn't I didn't know that you could do it on the Mac. I think I did, but I just don't think I
Yeah.
ever have. I need to do it because I think that
It's
sounds fun.
yeah, it's kind of weird because when you have other things, they're only like live when it's when there's nothing else going, and then when there's another program on, they gray out. So I guess the time stays the same. This says
Yeah.
20 after. So anyway, but yeah,
Interesting.
the Be Real was right by podcasting last week. So I don't think I Be Real yesterday.
I didn't be real today. We've had our be real already today.
So
I need to figure out this Locket app. I got everybody on Locket, and then
yeah,
no one can find me. So
well,
I keep forgetting
yeah,
to do it.
you're not adding anybody. We've all
Yeah, I
requested
don't know.
your thing, unlock it, and
Really?
it's just
I
like
was told no one
no,
could find me.
no. I, I, said
This
yes.
is probably not the time to do it.
Yeah,
One second.
maybe offline, but lock it. Anybody out
Locket's
there?
the new app,
Lock it. I
apparently.
don't understand it, but
I
Ruth
don't
loves it.
either.
Ruth loves it. She posted a picture, I guess, of Ralph making fixing the dishwasher.
Sabrina's on Locket?
Yeah. Phoenix is on Lock It, I guess.
Oh, I have
Sean and
one.
Ann or Sean's on Lock It.
What?
Yeah. So go on Lock It. Don't get any high hopes that Lindsay will friend you. She's better than all of us. But I'll friend you.
Whatever.
You friend me.
Well, you haven't friended me yet.
Yes, I did. I'm waiting for your reply.
No, I don't have it. Unless you're Jenny Lee.
No, yeah. So
I don't see you anywhere. You're not on here. You're not my friend.
No, I know.
This is a horrible time to do this.
This is riveting podcasting. Riveting podcasting. Oh, your friend request went away.
What?
Oh no,
I tried to find you. I couldn't even find you. Well, the thing is, with my SIM
yeah.
card,
Sent
maybe I'll mess up
request.
like my.
Sent
What?
sent request.
No. Can you do it over again?
I just resent it. You should get a message. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's going to your phone, your old phone number.
Probably.
Okay.
The poor person with my
Let me
old
see
phone
if I can
number.
look at that. I thought I deleted your
We'll
phone.
do this later.
I think I deleted your phone out of my contacts, but I wonder if it's sending it to
Yeah,
your
because I don't have any more
phone
requests.
instead of. Okay. Anyway,
Okay. Anyways, that's us. That's
so what are you doing this weekend?
we are decorating for Christmas this weekend.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm going to take a look at photo right now. Um, okay, we're decorating for Christmas this weekend. Hopefully, that's making faces. Hopefully, we get everything done, but we're gonna try to find like a tree and get the whole ball rolling. So,
Oh, you're
I
gonna
think
buy a
Thursday.
tree? You're gonna buy a real tree?
No.
Oh no.
We're just gonna try to find an artificial tree.
Okay. I'm
So.
like, that would be like your first real tree ever.
Yeah, no. We did see a tree farm while we were driving around, though,
Oh wow.
but it's like a few hours away. I'm sure that there's
So
one closer, but
they
I don't know
don't.
where.
Do they have evergreen trees in France?
Yeah. Not as much as we do,
Yeah.
but they have them. So I
They'll
think
grow.
that they would have to be purposely grown
Yeah.
for Christmas trees like we have. But yeah, they would grow.
Interesting.
Um yeah, I don't know. There's like in like the big supermarkets, Christmas stuff is out. Some places are a little decorated. We saw somebody with a Christmas tree in their window
Ooh.
yesterday, which was really exciting. And there's been a few stores that have had like Christmas lights, so
Tons of
a
people did
little
their
bit.
lights last weekend. Came home
Yeah.
from the retreat and it was like, wow, trees up in
Oh,
windows and lights all on the houses and
I'm so
I
jealous.
changed the string lights on the front porch to Christmas colors.
Nice.
So that may be as far as I get before I leave, but
Yeah, that's understandable. But when you come back, I want Christmas lights when I come back.
yeah, we'll do Christmas lights. Your Christmas lights are still up on your porch.
Good. It's easy. I made
Yeah,
it easy for the
Clint,
guy.
Clint's or Cole has them on.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So I don't know if he's
I don't know
figured out how
I
to
don't know
turn
what
them off.
happened to my gingerbread.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what happened to my gingerbread man yet. And they're just hooked up. My lights are just hooked up with the switch, so he
Yeah.
can just turn it on and off with the switch.
Yeah, I don't know if he's figured out how to turn it on or off, but anyway, there. He's
Yes.
had them on.
They're there.
I told him he could turn them off or turn them on, whatever he wanted. The so well, good. Well, this is kind of a short podcast.
It's just a
But
catch-up podcast.
I have to go. I have
Yeah,
to
it took us
go.
like an hour to get the podcast set up today.
Ugh,
So
so bad. So
Yeah.
anyway, that frees up your tomorrow. We were just when I
Yeah.
finally figured it out. We were just rescheduling for tomorrow, so we don't have to do tomorrow. Next week we may
that'll make my life a little easier.
looks like no podcast next week because I'll be in the Dominican.
Yeah, Dad's gonna be
Unless
vacationing.
unless somehow we can figure out something out. But I would plan on no podcast next week, and we'll get back to it the week after. So
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us.
yeah,
Have
and
a good
then-
rest of your guys' day.
So that would be
We'll be in December probably, right?
yeah, it'll be December. So
Whoa.
let's see, that is
What's that gonna put us at? Again, a riveting podcast.
because I
with
get
Dad and
back on
Evan
the
checking our
3rd, so that would be
technology.
the 6th. No, we have 2 more before you're home.
Wow.
Only 2 more podcasts.
Oh, that's weird.
yeah. So you have to do something exciting
Weird.
to put on the podcast. So
Yeah. Okay.
skydiving.
I think I think that you're
Something.
doing all the exciting things.
Am I? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We love you too, Papa Paul and Nana Patty.
Alrighty. I'm gonna
Bye,
play.
guys.
I'm gonna play us off here because now I have the outro. I think. Yep, I have the outro on the deal. So don't forget
We'll see you
to
guys next week
somebody already did the likes, and so like the video, and this will be up in a couple days.
in the
And
podcast.
happy Thanksgiving to the people watching
Yeah.
on the replay. So
Yeah, it'll be on Thanksgiving.
alrighty. There we go. I don't have to figure out how to put that in after now.
Woohoo! Nice. Okay, well, go get your day started, Dad.
Alrighty. Thank you. Thanks for
Love you.
Papa Paul and Nana Patty and Mom and whoever
Bye.
else joined us. And we'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.